everyone, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. In this video here, we're going to talk about how to use a real estate virtual assistant to grow your business. Are you like a lot of business owners, a lot of real estate agents? Do you have too much on your plate? Stress, pressure, not getting to spend enough time with your family? You're really thinking about working less hours, but also not sacrificing income, even potentially earning more while working less hours. By seeking the help of a real estate virtual assistant could really help you do that and grow your business without putting that dent in your wallet, by taking a lot of those tasks and projects off your plate that are just weighing you down right now and allowing you to focus on the things that are actually going to generate more money into your business. So they're a great way to expand your company and focus on development without worrying about sacrificing the profitability. Knowing when to delegate responsibilities, a huge sign of growth in entrepreneurs and real estate agents. When they finally realize that they don't have to be the one to do everything, and they start to understand that delegation is ultimately how they're going to grow their business. So how can you use a real estate VA to grow your business? So here are some of the tasks that a real estate VA can take right off your plate to help you grow. One, and a big one that we see, is managing your social media presence. Obviously, social media has become the premier marketing platform today. I know a lot of agents who their entire business is social media. For a lot of agents, the social media isn't their strong suit. So you can bring in a real estate virtual assistant who can help build that social media presence. They can help, create the content, schedule the content, boost the engagement on your pages, to really get your business out in front of as many people as possible, to help you start generating business coming in as a result of your social media presence. So if social media isn't one of your strong suits, definitely consider hiring a real estate virtual assistant who can help really grow and build your presence in your market by the use of social media. You can find real estate VAs who are very skilled in everything from Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. You'll find people that have an expertise and the know-how to build an actual plan around it, not just throw posts out there, but actually build a plan to actually boost your engagement and your presence. All right, so another way to use a real estate VA in your business is hiring one to manage your CRM system and your website. For a lot of agents, while they're great at being out there in front of clients, converting buyer leads, seller leads, all those things, they're usually not great at the organizational side of things. Typically what we run into is agents who they're not capitalizing on their database. They could have thousands of people in their CRM system and they're not capturing any of it because they're not managing it. It's not set up properly. So by hiring a real estate VA, you could have that person who's, their dedicated job role is to make sure everyone in your CRM system, everyone in your database is in the proper pipeline, the proper stage, in the home buying process. They could make sure there are unnecessary property searches, drip campaigns, all those things to make sure that each person in your database is being, touched by you. So if they may not be ready to buy now, they might be in a year and a half from now. And if they're still getting communications from you, they're still getting emails, property alerts, that you're gonna be the first person they think of. And then that, all of a sudden 18 months down the road, you're gonna have a client responding to one of those emails saying that they are ready to buy now. So managing the CRM is a huge one. Same thing with the website. You wanna make sure your website's up to date. Make sure that all that information is accurate. That could all be outsourced to a virtual assistant to not take up any of your time. But again, make sure that you have the most accurate information being put out there. Another way along the lines of this, but a third way to use them in your business is to manage your leads. So this way, kind of going back to the data management, you can have a VA who's going to be in there actually managing each lead in that database to make sure they're being touched, and not just through drip campaigns or property alerts. You could have a VA whose role is managing those long-term nurtures, the ones who haven't responded. So that way, it allows you the freedom to really focus on that newer, hotter business that's gonna bring income into your business in the next 45, 60 days as they convert and they go under contract and they close. So it'll allow you the time to focus more on the now business, and you can have a VA taking care of all those long-term nurtures, following up with them on a monthly basis until they are actually ready to buy. And then that's when they send that lead back to you and say, here we go, this person's hot again. So they are now yours, you take it over, go out, show them the houses, go on the listing appointment, whatever it might be. And then you're able to convert that lead. But without having that real estate VA in place, if that person was just sitting in your database for 12 months, 18 months, odds are they would have just went online and found another agent. But now because you have a VA in place, continually touching those people, now you're really able to, you're gonna end up converting a lot more of those long-term nurtures that typically would just kind of sit and just end up dying in your CRM system. So that's a huge benefit. Another key role that people will use real estate VAs for is research and data analysis. I mean, it takes a lot of time, especially the way it is right now, the way the market is. You really need to have an understanding of the market, of the trends, where are the interest rates, what's the housing market look like, what's the inventory, how many homes are selling now compared to the same time last year. All those things are things that you as an agent should know so that you're knowledgeable and you can provide that value to your clients, but it's time consuming. You could have a VA doing all that research for you, where they could be the ones, researching the market trends and then just relaying that info to you. So you're able just to take it and give it out to your clients and you provide that value of, being up to date on the market. Not only that, they could help with research such as, getting you comps for listings. So if you have a listing appointment, you could have a VA go in and, look at the MLS, find the comps for that. Then you get that info and you have a better idea. So instead of you having to be the one to do it, you could have a VA do that on the back end for you. They could also help with if you're showing buyers and you need information on a potential house, they're thinking about putting an offer in. VAs can do the research to see what comps have sold in that area. So you kind of get an idea of where, offers should be going in at. All those things could be done, a lot of that research and that data analysis could all be done through the use of a real estate VA. The next one is going to be sales and marketing tasks. Obviously both huge in the growth of any business because, again, without marketing, which is going to bring business in, and without sales, people actually converting, those people coming in and getting people to the closing table, the business isn't going to grow. Sales, a lot of way people look at it is they'll use a real estate VA to do a lot of the outbound, cold calling type things, calling the expired listings, the for sale by owners, circle calling around your listings, doing all those things that take a really long time and have a lower conversion rate. Because let's face, cold calling, neighborhoods, if you're farming, things like that, again, there's a lower conversion rate because it is just flat out just cold calling. So you can use a VA to do it. So they'll do all those cold calls for you and then just start setting appointments to now, once they convert one of those, now you're just going out on a listing appointment instead of having to make those hundreds and hundreds of cold calls. We'll use VAs to do their cold call prospecting. Again, the marketing tasks, it's great. Obviously any business needs a consistent marketing strategy. So a VA can help with that, whether it's, organizing your mailers, designing the mailers, getting the mailers sent every month to whatever neighborhoods you're sending, ordering client gifts for closings, following up, having the post-closing campaign so that you don't lose touch. Once someone closes, a VA can continue to follow with those touch points, send out the birthday cards, the happy anniversary cards. VAs can do all that stuff. That's just going to be continued marketing that typically when you're a solo agent, a lot of that stuff kind of falls off the wayside because you get busier doing the other tasks and you never remember to get around to checking to see whose birthday it is or who you need to send a postcard to. VAs can manage all that for you. So the sales and marketing tasks are definitely big ones. They can take off your plate. That again is going to free up your time to focus on actually closing the business now to bring revenue into that company. Last one is the administrative tasks. If you're looking for an executive assistant, most of those roles can be done remotely. I personally have a VA for my executive assistant. They changed my business, changed my life. These VAs could do everything from, managing your emails, your calendars. They could schedule appointments for you. They could, literally do 90% of any role that an in-house executive assistant could do. Just, again, do it remotely at a fraction of the cost. So The administrative tasks are massive to get a whole bunch off your plate, especially in terms of the follow-up. If you need help inputting a listing in the MLS, you need to update the MLS, you need, like, all those tasks can all be done remote. So that's a huge one. So that, right there is about the top 6 reasons on, how to use a real estate VA. Obviously there's plenty more. There's many more tasks that can be done. These are just kind of the top ones that we see on a regular basis. But if you do have any questions, you have any thoughts, if a VA could help in any way in your business, put it in the comments, book a call to get on and we can talk about it. But definitely subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get notified as we continue to release more. And hope everyone has a great day.